Good afternoon. How are you doing? Welcome to Yard TV Live. Yeah, man. Welcome to Yard TV Live. And a Tuesday afternoon. How you doing? 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 Yeah, man. You know, sir, the first time I come live since the earthquake. Yeah, man. First time I come live, man, since the earthquake. Remember, um, Saturday? Yeah, man. The earth trimmer. Yeah, man. What a piece of earthquake in Jamaica, man. Why may I tell you? A whole heap of people run out of them house. By the way, did you feel it? Did you feel the earthquake? Why may I tell you? Why may I tell you? By the time me reach for my door, me drop back, boom in my chair. What a earthquake strong. You know, say the earthquake did strong. Yeah, man. And people, the world where we are living in, man, is a greedy world. Greedy, greedy world. Cause many people I get to understand say is the dredging where them are dredge for oil on the coast of Jamaica. Enough people, enough people in the media and the higher authority, them no want to talk about it, but government no say these earthquakes are not God send earthquake. These earthquakes are not from the Father above. Them are earthquake here. A man-made earthquake. Yeah, man. Them earthquake here. An act of God. The government one we believe say is an act of God, but this earthquake here is not act of God. It is all about searching and judging for oil on the coast of Jamaica. What can go so? And I bet you, if when the oil, yes, if when the oil is found in Jamaica, it not go benefit we. It not go benefit we. The oil, if oil discover in a Jamaica, it not go benefit we the people. Because the way our country corrupt, the way our country corrupt, we not go benefit none at all. I just the people them were in the politics. No, I go benefit because them sign off on everything and not in it for our economy. Not at all. Because first of all, our government is not a government where see to it say the welfare of the people come first. Our government is a is a grab and go government. Them a hungry belly government. Anything them can get for putting in them bank book, them ready for take that. And them no business. What a happen to the Jamaican people. But people of Jamaica, no, that me come for telling about. Did you know that this war we are going in the Middle East is not a war where we fit take simple. The war we are going is a war where it can slowly but surely mash up the world. But people, I going to make you understand something today. I'm want to tell me in the comment section. If I lie, may I tell. But first of all, I want to listen this song here. Listen this song here. Listen to this song here.
No nuclear weapon. It reminds me of World War II. Still they never have no.
Try it back again. Listen to that song here. Listen.
Gaddafi stop.
People, but Reagan and Gaddafi not there again. Reagan and Gaddafi not there again. A President Trump. Right here now, a pure old boy. Pure old boy want to mash up the world. Uno not see it. Pure little old man. Pure little grumpy old man. Boom, boom, boom. Yo, I want go on. I want go on. Eh? People, people, I want to them old man here. Eh? Want to them old man here. Eh? Them old man here now have no grand picnic and no great grand picnic. People, don't listen, don't listen, don't listen. People, but the thing when I try for you know, you know say it it funny. But you know say this World War III, yeah. Cause a World War III, World War III, but people, this World War III, you not go see no man a run up and down with gun. You remember in World War I and II when say man a jump out a helicopter, a man a jump out a ship, a man a jump out a big tanker. Them thing they not go on again. Them thing they not go take place again. You see the old man you know where I war? Eh? Them old man you where I war some serious old man higher. Hey, hey, them old man you where I war. Hey, them some grumpy old man. Hey, hey, when you check it out, when you check it out, you see, of over the 200 country in the world, eh? I want to go up and Google and look. Over 200 and add country of the world, people. 3/4 of the leader them of the world under the age of 50-year-old. 50-year-old, Most of the leader them and most of the country them under 50-year-old. You have some leader, of some country where them people they not think about war, them are just 39-year-old, some are just 40. Our prime minister, our prime minister, a 50 and you see how he move tribalistic, eh? Our prime minister, Andrew Holness, a 52 year old, yeah, 52 I go 53. And you see sometime Andrew Holness want bring back the politics to Michael Manley. Who remember when Mike who remember when Michael Manley and Edward Seaga I run Jamaica with politics? I was too old man. Michael Manley. Yes, Michael Manley and Edward Seaga was too old man. And the amount of war, we're going in the 80s. Yes, the amount of war we're going in the 80s and the early 90s. Eh? Why all man love war so? Said got to be studied. Why all man love war so? Why all man love war so? The whole man them, I don't know. It's because Hey, listen. Listen what I go.
Oh, trouble again. Mankind, you better conscious. Oh, it reminds me of World War I, but they never have no nuclear weapon.
Hey!
It reminds me of World War II, still they never have no nuclear weapon.
Hey!
Trouble again. The world is getting nervous. Oh,
People, a pure nuclear weapon. I go on in that warrior. People now go jump out on a plane, or jump out on a helicopter, or run out on a ship. The man them a stay right which part them there and launch pure missile. Imagine, man the way a Iran and a launch rocket launcher as far as Israel. Man can the way a China and a launch missile way in the US. Lord Jesus Christ, a different type of war, ballistic missile and nuclear weapon. Where we are gonna do? Where we are gonna do? Where we are gonna do? And people, I want to know, I want to know why them whole man ya, them whole grumpy man ya, the grumpy old man them. Yes, me no business. The grumpy old man them, the man them we shoulda sit down at them yard and I take care of them family. I change them grand picnic and them great grand picnic diaper. And them a cause problem in the world. But people, me I go tell you now about in a Jamaica first. You know, say, we did have a problem in a Jamaica during the 70s and the 80s. Most of the dan them were you see in the community them was some old man, you know. Most of the dan them were used to there in our community them in a Jamaica. When you hear about tribal war, man can't go a garden, man can't go matches lane, man can't go a jungle, man can't go a south side, man can't go a Dunkirk, man can't go a Rockfort, man can't go a Mountain View, man can't go Deso, a man can't go Deso. Most of the dan them in the community them was so old man. All of them was so old man. So old man. When of them 60s. Yes. Most of the dan them we used to in a Jamaica one time. I was so old man. Some name when you say them man they are done. When you get to know them, you frightened. The man them have pure grey hair upon them face. The man them all start shrivel up. And you say, who remember Matches Lane one time? Who remember Matches Lane? All up on the hand. Who remember Matches Lane one time? When you hear about the Dan run of Matches Lane. Eh? All of we used to hear about Zeeks. And we always a say, who is this Zeeks? Who is this Zeeks? And to I am below when the people them find out and when Zeke start going with all them things them. I only remember one day when them they lock up Zeke's a central. Eh? Only remember the day when the gas riot did go on in a 19 I was what? 2003, yes, 2003, when they did have the gas riot, yes, at 2003, when they did have the gas riot, and Zeeks come out of the station at Central, the people them couldn't believe them eye. Say it was a whole man like Zeeks was done down a Matches Lane. Them couldn't believe, say, all man like Zeke was done. And then went on them I hear about Tony Brown. Them used to hear about Tony Brown. Yes, Anthony Brown and George Flash. When you say Anthony Brown and George Flash here grew up like Silver Fox. Yes, George Flash did grew up like Silver Fox. Who knows Silver Fox? We come in a karate show. Who knows Silver Fox? George Flash did grow up like Silver Fox. And Tony Brown, yes, Tony Brown, the same Tigo, yes, when Tigo was a whole man them time there, in I'm late 60s, George Flash did in I'm 60s too. Why the old man them love war so? Why the old man them love war so? Everywhere you go in the world, whole and grumpy man them, at them push war. Them push war. Imagine, imagine when you go a jungle and you hear about George Pang one time. You did check that George Pang was a young boy. When you meet George Pang have one big belly in front of him and one piece of almighty. Most of the done them, most of the one time done them in a Jamaica, a pure old man them. So we need to understand why the old man them love war so. Why the old man them love war so. And at that we keep on ask people. I want to know go in the comment and tell me why all man love war so. Because right you know, the world is in a crisis where a pure old man, pure old grumpy man. Look at Donald Trump. Look at Donald Trump. Look at Donald Trump. And people, Una may check say me a tell lie, you know. Una may check say me a tell lie. Say a pure old man a cause chaos in the world now. And una may feel say me come here to make trouble. No, me no come here to make no trouble. Me just come to make you know the truth. And nothing but the truth. Say a pure old man a go on with the things them nowadays. Pure grumpy old man. Lord Jesus Christ. Why the old man them? Why the old man them in the world now behave themselves? Eh? Why the old man them now behave themselves? Now behave themselves. None of them now behave themselves. But people, who don't remember the song, yeah? I going to ask you now. I going to ask you now. If you don't remember a song of yesteryear. Yes, people, the old man them, the old man them, the old man them, not behaving themselves, not behave themselves at all, at all, at all, at all, at all, at all, at all. You remember one song we say, what's the matter with the world? That's the world gone mad. Nothing wrong with the world. It's the people that's in it, in it, in it. But people, I am going to tell you a truth when no fan now go and digest. But when me come here, so you know, Me no come here to spread rumor. But we want to listen this. Listen this. Listen
So
this.
do you know which country has the oldest leader? President Biden was the oldest serving American president at 82 years old, while Mr. Trump is 79 years old, making him older than both President Putin and Xi Jinping. However, these three aren't even in the top 10. The EU's oldest leader is the President of Ireland, Michael Higgins. The third oldest ruler is the Supreme Leader of Iran at 86 years old. The King of Saudi Arabia is the second, and the oldest leader in the world is Paul Biya of Cameroon. Do you know which country has the oldest leader? Former President Biden was the oldest serving American president at 82 years old, while Mr. Trump is 79 years old, making him older than both President Putin and Xi Jinping. However, these three aren't even in the top 10. The EU's oldest leader is the President of Ireland, Michael Higgins. The third oldest ruler is the Supreme Leader of Iran at 86 years old. The King of Saudi Arabia is the second, and the oldest leader in the world is Paul Biya of Cameroon.
So people,
has the oldest leader.
So people,
Was the oldest serving
if
American
you're
president
listening at the background,
Mr. Trump is 79
it
years
is
old,
saying that
older than both President Putin and Xi Jinping. However,
President Trump,
the EU's oldest
Chi
leader is the
Chi
President of Ireland,
Ching,
Michael
I
Higgins.
saw him
The third
name,
oldest ruler is
Chi
the
Chi
Supreme Leader
Ching,
of Iran at 86 years old. The King of
Vladimir
Saudi Arabia is the
Putin,
second, and the
and
oldest
the
leader
higher
is Paul
Ayatollah,
Biya of Cameroon.
them are old man. Why them old man ya? Why them old man ya not behave themselves? Why them old man ya not behave themselves? Eh? The old man them in the world not behave themselves. And then people are going want talk like if young people are the problem. Want to get out of here with that. Young people is only ignorant. But the old people them a war boat. The old people them. No, no. We are going to discuss about the US now. And people, if I lie me I tell me in the comments, say, I lie me I tell. People, do you know that most of the leader them, where the United States population elected, a pure old people them, pure old people them, they all, a pure old people, the US people them love put in office. You know, remember when time them put in Biden, Joe Biden? Joe Biden was how much? 82-year-old. Joe Biden go start war. Joe Biden first start the war down in Iran, you know. Joe Biden first. Joe Biden first start the war in the Middle East. You know, remember George Bush? Eh? You know, remember George Bush? George Bush go start war against Saddam Hussein. Yes, when them vote, when the American people them voting the president in the U, you know, say American people they love war. I never see a country like America love war. So it seems like the American economy is built on war. Every president when them vote as president in America, a war about them. Every one of them a war boat. Even Obama. Obama, one of the time where I think say Obama gonna be a different type of president. Yes, we did a think say President Obama are gonna be a different president. But President Obama surprised we. President Obama go start war with Gaddafi. Yes, President Obama was the one who killed Gaddafi. Yes. And it's the same President Obama killed Saddam Hussein. Remember? Remember? Anytime the US people voting any president, you know say trouble again. The world get nervous. Anytime the US people them voting a president, them always look for voting Some grumpy old man. Yes, I never see a country will love old man lead them like America yet. America, why you don't love old people lead you so? Want to the young people them. Una no shame. Una no shame. A pure old people, American people believe in her. America no believe in a young people. You will never find a young president under the age of 30. I say under the age of 40-year-old in America. America no like young people. Although America say America is the land of opportunity. America no like young people at all. Anytime American people are voting anybody, or you hear them a run behind somebody to be president, it always be a whole tired smaddy. What people would I do with a man like Joe Biden? Eh? What would I do with Joe Biden? Uno get a young woman like Kamala Harris and uno dash her a bush. Uno not ready for young leadership yet. Uno not ready for young leadership yet. And like our country in a Jamaica, you know. Our country in a Jamaica a run from our leader. Even our opposition leader. Our opposition leader, Golden. Our opposition leader, Golden, at just 60-year-old, about 61. And you know, say the people them say them no want him. Them no want Mark Golden. So them a say, because Mark Golden too old. And right you know, them a contemplate for dash with Andrew Holness. Cause them say Andrew Holness a get old and them want a younger leader. Why America can't take a page out of Jamaica show? Or maybe it's because them say old people no thief. Oh, and that's why. And that's why. Them say America love old people to lead them because them say old people no thief. And that's why somebody in the comments say old people no thief. Lord Jesus Christ. So when no one tell we say young leader like Andrew Holness a thief? Eh? Young leader like Andrew Holness a thief? Enough country no want a young leader cause the young leader them a thief. But when you no get the whole leader them, all the whole leader them think of is war. 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 That's all the whole leader them think about. Pure war. Lord Jesus Christ, where the people them in the world are going to do now. A pure old man. A line up for done the world. Them are going to done the world. Where me are going to run go? Where me are going to run go? Me can't run go nowhere. Because if me run go America, America can bomb up. If me run go England, England can bomb up. And if me run go Canada, Canada can bomb up. Which part are the safest part? Which part are the safest part of the world? It look like me have to go try go Africa. It look like me have to go start things for go Africa. But people, why the whole people them love wars so? Why? Why? Vladimir Putin, old man, Vladimir Putin, from Russia. Oh, you love war, so. Oh, you love war, so. You just a war with where the country name where Ukraine. Ukraine, yes. Vladimir Putin a war with Ukraine. Why you love war so? The old man them just love war so. Love war, love war, love war, love war. Vladimir Putin, a old man, 70-year old, old man, and all him believe in his nuclear weapon and ballistic missile. Old man love war, love war, love war. All Vladimir Putin believe in just war, 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 war. The old man them a mash up the world. The old grumpy old man them. We shoulda they are them yard. I change them pitney, them grand pitney, and them great 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 grand pitney. Diaper. And them a create problem in a God good world. Good world. Good world. Who say me I leave out chump? Who say me I leave out chump? Who they tell say me I leave out chump? I am saving the best for the last. I am saving President Trump for the last. I never see a man like President Trump yet. But make him go and stay one side. Vladimir Putin, war, war against Ukraine, the whole for the past 5 years. Vladimir Putin just dip on um, um, Ukraine back, so just a war with Ukraine. Why the old man then love war, so? People, 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 people. Who don't hear what them are saying at the comment. The whole man them love war, but the younger leader them are thief. What can go so? Them say the whole man them a warrior, but the younger leader them a kleptomaniac. So when I say Jamaica have young leader, so we have kleptomaniac. What can go so? What can go so? But people, tell me where I go do. Right here now. Tell me where I go do. Cause the world is on its edge. The world is on its edge. People don't know which part for run go now. You know how much people say them now fly pan plane right here now? Everybody say them now go foreign now. Them afraid of plane ride now. Because of one thing, when you mess with the Iranian them, especially when you go and go desecrate the Iranian people them and put them in a mourning. Put the Iranian people them in a mourning. President Trump and Israel, I don't even touch Benjamin Netanyahu yet. Netanyahu, Benji. The new word for war is Benji. Yes, the new word for war is Benji. If you are send a threat to a man, just turn to him and say, I go and bend you. What a man love war. What a man love war. Benjamin Netanyahu. What a man love war. And you know, say Trump itch up with him. Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Donald Trump. Why you love war so? Dirty Donald Trump. Old man Donald Trump. Old man Donald Trump. You know, so them say Donald Trump is a bipolar person. Them say that Donald Trump is a BP or what them say BPD, bipolar disorder. Yes, Donald Trump look like him a madman. Everybody Donald Trump want war with. See there? Not even 3 months yet. Him go war with Venezuela. Him go get out the president of Venezuela, Nicolas Maduro. Yes, Donald Trump then couple days after, Donald Trump go fling bomb down a one place where them call Yemen. Why Donald Trump love war so? But people, you have to understand, America economy built on war. If you go into the American Oval Office, what them call the Pentagon, and you don't have any strategy to start a war, it don't make sense. It don't make sense because America make them money off a war. People of the world have to understand that there is a company in America were responsible for all the clothing material for the soldiers, all the equipment, all the machinery, like the tank and the jet fighters them. There's a company in America where them call Halliburton. You can look it up. There is a company by the name of Halliburton that this company here is an American company where all them deal with, all this company I deal with is military products. Yes, Halliburton. Yes, that company there is Halliburton. Is one of the biggest company in America. Halliburton. Yes. So if the president going to the Oval Office and him now have a war strategy or to start some war, the corporation where what is Halliburton I gonna get him out. Because that company is the company that run the American economy. And the American economy is built on war. When you talk about Halliburton, you talk about war. So if a president going to the White House and them now have a war plan, them have to come out fast. Because that is how Halliburton make the money to fuel the American economy. But people, Messing with the Ayatollah is one of the greatest mistake America can make. Yes, did you know that when it come on to the Ayatollah, you're talking about the supreme leader? The Ayatollah run Iran over the past 40 odd years with a iron fist. And you say, anybody, at least right here now, anybody who are going to take over for the Ayatollah, although the Ayatollah was so weak and whole, the Ayatollah was so whole. Yes, because when America bombed Iran and killed the Ayatollah was going at the age towards 84-year-old. The Ayatollah could hardly hold up him hand and wave. It was a whole old frail man. All frail man. But when it come on to them type leadership there, lead until them eyes shut. Lead until them eyes shut. Nobody no take over when it come to the Ayatollah. The Ayatollah lead until him eyes shut. No. How it go in a Iran, Right now, there are plenty um people step forward to be the next Ayatollah. And to me, them your Ayatollah have to be meaner than commoner. Yes, commoner. Yeah, Aya commoner. Him dead and gone now. But you see the incoming Ayatollah have to be more radical. Yes, the incoming Ayatollah. Yes, the incoming Ayatollah have to be more radical than this one here will get taken out. So here say all type of person step forward, about 4 person in command now. And in a few days, as soon as the morning pass, because now is Ramadan. Yes, now is Ramadan. And as soon as the morning done and them choose the next Ayatollah, I don't know what are going to take place in the world. The world are going to get bitter. Yes, the world are going to get bitter because people, them have some people will put forward themselves as martyr. You don't ever hear about that word there yet? Martyr. Me not talk about martyr when man mix, Me not talk about martyr when man mix and make concrete. So man, me feel say me a talk about martyr when man mix with cement and build house and wall. No. Me not talk about that martyr there. Me a talk about some people will step forward and them ready to sacrifice them life. Them ready to sacrifice them life. And all them say is just Allah. Allah be the glory. Remember the bombing of the World Trade Center? Remember that? Remember the bombing of the World Trade Center? You call them man there, we strap themselves and bomb up the World Trade Center. You call them man them martyr. You have some man, we book them flight. Me not do this for people get coward. I don't want book them flight for go to England. Them no want book them flight for go to America. Them no want book them flight for go to Canada. Them no want book them flight. But me I do this as a precaution. You have some people will put forward themselves as martyr because them believe say when them died in the name of Allah, them a go heaven. Them a go heaven. You can't tell them say, when them say Allah, when them say to Allah be the glory, you can't tell them say, I know heaven them a go. You can't tell them say, when them strap themselves with a tree bomb and take a flight and go up on a plane. Yes, when them take a flight and go up on a plane, bound to go in any country where them feel in alliance with America and strap themselves and put themselves forward as martyr. You can't tell them say them not go heaven. When them a give them life, them say to Allah be the glory. Them man they strap themselves with pure bomb and go up and flight with people and just bomb up themselves right in at the plane. Everybody gone. Everybody gone. I saw Iran fight war. And at this, at the type thing where America put the world in a now. This is like, this is like if Iran take it to the extremists, if this thing a go to the extreme, you have some man with them call the Islamic extremists, When them man there, you have some of them call PLO, and you have somewhere where call themselves extremists. When them man you put them life forward, them man you go anywhere, anywhere. At least, at least America have to be careful now. You see, even Donald Trump, I going to tell you something. And people, listen this carefully. You can screen record this. You can screen record this. You see, right here now, not even the FBI and the CIA alone can protect Donald Trump. Not even the FBI and the CIA can protect Donald Trump. Right here now. Right here now, if Donald Trump go to the toilet, he must have a man. He must have security at the toilet door. When Donald Trump go in bed at night time now, Donald Trump have to have security and bedroom door. When Donald Trump go around him dining table, them have to search him dining table first. Anything where Donald Trump do know, you have a set of people have to make sure say it is safe that the president is here. Right now, Donald Trump supposed to have a plan to go live in a bulb. And that may I tell you now. Donald Trump a figure plan figure live in a bulb and paint it red or paint it blue, because when you get out the Ayatollah, when you mess with the Ayatollah, when you mess with the Ayatollah, you know from when the man they are come, you know from when the man they are come, and nobody no mess with them, eh? Them man they are come from the time of President Reagan, Jimmy Carter, all of them, and them no mess with the Ayatollah. And this madman here in Donald Trump go mess with the Ayatollah. Hey, hey, what a thing I go on now. People, 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 war, 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 World War III. I want to them old man here. Want to them old man here mess up with good world. Eh? With good world. Donald Trump a mess it up. With good world. Vladimir Putin a mess it up. With good world. All of them were all. And should have there them yard, a rocking of them rocking chair, and I take care of them grand picnic. I mess up the world. I mess up the world. Lord Jesus Christ, and listen to me. Listen to me, listen to me, listen to me, listen to me. Warm to the whole man, yeah. Warm to the whole man, yeah. They all them can hardly walk. They all them can hardly see good. There's nothing a go on for them old man, yeah. All them cherish. I just war. Listen this.
Former President Biden was the oldest serving American president at 82 years old, while Mr. Trump is 79 years old, making him older than both President Putin and Xi Jinping. However, these three aren't even in the top 10. The EU's oldest leader is the President of Ireland, Michael Higgins. The third oldest ruler is the Supreme Leader of Iran at 86 years old. The King of Saudi Arabia is the second. And the oldest leader in the world is Paul Biya of Cameroon.
You see all the people them we are planning for run go a place like Saudi Arabia, Abu Dhabi, what them call it? Abu Dhabi. Put that on hold. Put that. I don't feel said there gonna be a World Cup. Sorry, people. If I did have a ticket for the World Cup, I would have give it back. If I did have a ticket to the World Cup in America, I would sell it, because people, I don't feel say even the World Cup is safe. I don't feel so. I don't feel say certain place in the world is safe now. Imagine people in Iraq, people in Kuwait, people in places like Saudi Arabia, Qatar. Missile are drop on them already. Missile are drop on them already. I want one and the one and Andrew only similar. Him love enough up him teeth himself, you know. The one Andrew only him love enough up him teeth himself, because I me say it. Are the people them in the comment section them say them prefer the whole people them, cause the whole people them love war, but them not like the young leader them, cause the young leader them a thief. That's what them saying at the comment. The younger leader them a thief. So if them say that, Me have to believe them. Because if them say the younger people them are thief, me have to believe them. Because in most of the country them of the world, when a war now go on, where the people them say them a live peaceful and the leader them now think about war, at least 180 country, the leader them is under the age of 50-year-old. But Andrew Holness a 52. And you know say Andrew Holness love war too. Andrew Holness love liquor war too. But because the war with the politics war not in a style again. But Andrew Holness would have want to bring back some Michael Manley and Siaga style of politics back in a Jamaica. Go with the old man style. Go with the old man style. We don't want back the Michael Manley and the Siaga war. We don't want it back. Keep it to yourself. But people of Jamaica, are you still interested to pay on 100,000 for visa and go America? Are you still interested? Because anytime, America can strike America. Iran can strike America. Anytime, whether it be today or tomorrow or next week or next month or next year, them people here not drink them soup when it hot. Them people here we drink all them soup and a cool and cold winter days. You know, say a whole heap of country and make sure put up the white flag. The man them go bomb up some place where England around. And England put up the white flag and say we not involved. Yes, Prime Minister Starmer issue a statement say him is not going to drag England or the United Kingdom in an unnecessary crisis and a war. Canada, Carney, I don't remember his name, but his name Carney, make sure declare say him and America is not friend. Yes, Prime Minister Carney of Canada issued a statement, make them know say Canada is not aligned to America. Nobody at all. Even the French president, Macron, make him announcement and say, me no depend on ya. Me no depend on ya. So everybody a draw with themselves from America. Everybody. So I want to know if Andrew Holness, and I want to know screen record this now. I want to know screen record this now. I am asking Andrew Holness, the Prime Minister of Jamaica. Yes, I am asking Andrew Holness, the Prime Minister of Jamaica, to issue a statement to every Israeli people in a Jamaica to leave out of Jamaica by the next 24 hours. And your wholeness, Jamaica no want no Israel people in our country now. We don't want Iran come bomb our country. And your wholeness, make sure say you release some statement say everybody will come from Israel where they are Jamaica who have them business in a Jamaica for 24 hours to leave out our country. No! We don't want no Israel here. We don't want no Israel here. Because we don't want Iran to say Jamaica in line with Israel. Because we hear say Israel people did involve in our election and them nothing at Jamaica. Israeli on the left out our country. No! Left out here, no! Because our country issue a statement that every Jamaican must leave out of the Middle East if they are Iran or Israel come on the yard. But we don't hear our Prime Minister tell the people that will come from Israel will live at Jamaica say, go back on the yard. No. Expel. I remember in the 1980s when PMP and GLP at it and the GLP I tell the Cuban themselves to go out their yard. Siaga issue statement say all Cuban for go out their yard. Siaga did issue statement on platform say him no want no Cuba people for there in a Jamaica. So Andrew, please tell the people them will come from Israel for pack up and guard them yard. If them have no business in a Jamaica now, shut it down and go on the yard. Go on the yard. All people from Israel, go on the yard. Go on the yard. Leave Jamaica now. That's how Andrew Holness for say. We don't want the Iran them come bomb way. We don't want the Iran them come bomb way. And we soon issue a statement to the American people them to we just wait. We soon tell Andrew Holness say for tell all American citizens for turn on the yard. Turn on the yard. All American citizens, we are not interested in our money now. We're not interested in our money now. We will go on what we own. We don't have no tourism money now. We will go on what we own. Because we don't want Iran people them come bomb Jamaica. I said no missile come liquid. Because you see the little earthquake shake what they and we rattle. Imagine if the man them send a bomb come here. Because them not have to come here, you know. Anyhow, if you not come, you don't know which part to go at Jacksonville. You don't know which part to go at Beverly Hills. You don't know which part to go at Cherry Garden. You don't know come in at the inner city when you not come bomb. Make sure say you go Jacksonville. Because I hear say when the earthquake liquid the epicenter was in Jacksonville. Yes, them say the epicenter of the earthquake was between Stony Hill and Jacksonville. See there, see there, see there, see there. People of Jamaica, people of Jamaica, people of Jamaica. I am going to make gonna hear certain statement, certain thing we are going. Yes, we need them to leave we know. Leave Jamaica now. Leave Jamaica now. We need the Israeli them to left Jamaica now. We no want the Iranian them come bombing ya. Left out our country now. Yes, left out our country now. Yes, left out our country now. That will depend. Jamaica is not for no Israeli. Not for no Jamaica.
And you can't do politics the same way. And John Tom sitting in a bar or sitting on his ottoman in his lavish home, whether in uptown or somewhere in rural Jamaica where you have lavish homes. Early 6 to 8, pick up yourself. I see that message. Appreciate that. Of course, pick up yourself. Always appreciate that. My marigold was good, saying good afternoon, nationwide family. Good afternoon to everybody checking in. It's a lovely vibes. It's a Tuesday. It's calm. It's nice. It's right. Yeah. Music for your soul. Let's see what's Bethan was good. I know you're checking in. Saying blessings, Shell Boss. Pick up yourself. Good afternoon to the YouTube with that you're saying. Check in. Got Sexy D was good. Good afternoon to you, Sexy D. Let me see what Annie Smith. Hey, pick up yourself. Number one supporter. One Annie Funny Happy. Because this is not a call-in show. There is that sense of there's a green light that you can possibly move. I might definitely consider it, just to be out of that. Siobhan Campbell for Nationwide News. Thank you, Siobhan. And for those of us with families and friends in the area, the war zone, well, Iran is sanctioned from selling oil. From the surrounding countries, Kuwait, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, all of whom are now under attack from Iran. All of them under attack. And then, for those of us who don't know, the Strait of Hormuz, a little waterway, narrow strip of waterway in the Middle East that separates Iran, Iraq, Saudi Arabia, Oman, Qatar, Dubai, Abu Dhabi, all of those countries or emirates, they're separated by a waterway called the Strait of Hormuz. That's where 20% of the world's oil supplies go through. Iran is threatening to shut it down to cause maximum pain for the global village. Now that is pushing up the price of oil. Where will it end? The Minister of Finance and her technocrats must be wondering now. Scenario 1, Scenario 2, Scenario 3. Where is this going to end? Is it going to get worse? Is Trump going to be proven correct when he says this is going to last about 4 weeks? Is that going to be proven correct or wrong? As history, if history is any guide, it's going to be proven wrong. This is going to last well beyond 4 weeks. Now come to the Jamaicans who are in the Middle East. A lot of teachers, a number of teachers there. I heard some of them between yesterday and this morning, right, expressing their fear. Young man said it was horrendous last Saturday morning when the Israelis and the Americans started to attack Iran and Iran started to retaliate. Yeah. Several of those countries now caught up. It's not only Iran versus America and Israel, but Iran versus all of those surrounding countries. Because what the Iranians have clearly sought to do, having lost their leaders, the supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Khamenei, he was taken out by the Israelis and the Americans, along with his defense minister, senior security officials, all of them gone. And the Iranians are now saying, all right, everybody is fair game. So they're attacking all the countries around.
Attack, attack, banza, banza,
And where does that
banza.
leave us? We are being affected. We're drawn into it.
Tell them, Cliff Hughes, tell them.
Yes. After the break, you're going to hear from the Jamaicans who we spoke with. Stay with.
Why, may I tell you, grimly, 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 but people, this is what we are saying. And Cliff Hughes, I give it straight to you. Because people, this no benefit nobody at all. Worldwide. Them little old boy, old boy them. Old boy Donald Trump, old boy. Old boy. Go mess with the Ayatollah, but the Ayatollah is himself still. And I like say, the Ayatollah war boat, you know. The Ayatollah just easy and them just go there, go mess with the man star, joke thing. Yeah, man. But people, not gonna be easy in the world now. The world is on a edge. Yeah, man, the world is on a edge. Because people, it is not advisable for people travel now. Not advisable. I am not scaring you. Me not scaring you, you know. Me not scaring you, but me just I tell you the truth. It is not advisable to travel now. It is not advisable because everywhere now is on alert. Everywhere is on alert. It's not because we're there in the Caribbean, we are going to say we're safe, but everything are going to affect we. Everything going to affect us. Everything. Everything are going to affect we. Everything. Everything are going to affect we. Everything.
And they tell us that they have been comforted by the fact that the Jamaican ambassador with responsibility for that region, Mr. Jason Hall, has been, and they've been in touch with each other. Hmm? But that can only go so far and no more because air travel
Cliff Hughes
is
online.
largely shuttered.
This is Cliff Hughes
Airports
online.
are under attack.
Live.
Yes.
Yes, live.
And the advice is shelter in place, stay where you are,
Yeah.
and shelter your head, your
Shelter
body,
your head.
your limb,
Yeah.
because it's war.
Wow.
And for those Jamaicans caught up in that, the most we can do is to be in touch with them and at the earliest opportunity, provide for them to get out. Mhm. We spoke with 3 of them yesterday, who are in Kuwait and the United Arab Emirates. Here's Siobhan Campbell's report on that.
It was horrendous. That's how a Jamaican living in the UAE, Lorenzo Smith, described the initial hours of Iran's retaliatory strikes over the capital, Abu Dhabi.
Saturday in the evening, it was just horrendous. It was horrendous. Things just going off, constantly. I didn't get much sleep on Saturday because it was just horrible. And then the SMS came in, and then when the SMS, comes in, it usually comes with a loud sound, so that also drives some sort of fear in it. And into Sunday again, that was another Sunday morning was another test of mental strength because they were just going off, the content there was so loud at that as well.
The latest conflict in the Middle East was sparked by the joint military actions of the US and Israel, targeting Iran's military infrastructure and senior leadership. One such strike resulted in the death of Iran's supreme leader, Ayatollah Ali Hosseini Khamenei. In retaliation, Iran launched missiles at several neighboring Middle Eastern countries, housing US military bases. Another Jamaican in the UAE, Bradley Barrett, says while there's no sense of panic, bombs are still impacting the capital.
Like 5 minutes ago, and even as you took the break a while ago, there were more explosions again. So as we speak, there are explosions. Today, it has been calm. Largely for most of today, it has been calm.
Yeah.
It happened like early in the morning, like there was one wave, and then since that time, now this is another wave, and now it's like almost 3 a.m. in the morning. So it's just now another wave happening now. But by and large, though, it's not like people are panicking because the authorities are very on top of it. As far as we can see, based on the communication, they continue to send out these alerts and ask you to shelter in place.
And the Jamaican in Kuwait, Angelique Davidson, while less fearful than she initially felt, is eager to return home to Jamaica if the situation escalates.
I do feel a greater sense of calm compared to when it first started. And as it relates to wanting to come home, of course, that's like the deep seated thought, especially if things were to escalate from, where it is currently. But right now, with the calm we're experiencing, plus the airport is closed, the airspace is volatile. It's better to stay put, but, in a moment where there is that sense of, there's a green light that you can possibly move, I might definitely consider it, just to be out of that.
Siobhan Campbell for Nationwide News.
Thank you, Siobhan. And for those of us with families and friends in the area, the war zone, we have to keep in touch with them. And so far, that is proving to be quite doable. Yes, so keep in touch and calm them down. And it's good to, when you're in foreign land, when you hear a familiar voice from home, that in and of itself can be some comfort, right? Some comfort. Now, in terms of the latest, the war is intensifying.
Yes, Clifford.
Iran is retaliating.
Yeah.
And attacking several places.
Donald Trump tell
more countries
lie.
are being drawn into it.
Pure lie, them I tell. Pure lie.
Overnight,
pure lie.
The man who leads Saudi Arabia, yes, Mohammed bin Salman, has made it clear that Saudi Arabia, which has been neutral, although an American ally, it did not allow America to use its airspace to launch attacks against Iran.
So you see, the man them a back out. The man them a back out.
Saudi Arabia.
Yes. The man them a back out. Trump have mess up the world.
Effectively united the region against it.
Donald Trump a mash up the world.
And he's now saying Saudi Arabia must respond. Yeah? And the Brits are also getting involved because that's Britain, because they have attacked a British base in Cyprus. Hezbollah has become involved, and the Israelis, have jumped in and hammering southern Lebanon. And this thing is just growing. Here's the very latest.
Good evening. More countries are being drawn into the Middle East war as Iran declares it will not negotiate, despite Donald Trump vowing to destroy the regime.
The pussy old Trump and mash up the place. Yeah, man. Donald Trump and mash up the place, star. This madman, yeah. Madman.
Explosions have rocked a British base on Cyprus, and there are evacuations in Lebanon with it.
So the people them where they are in England can go and twiddle them finger. Look out.
Israel bombing Beirut after Hezbollah joined the bloodshed.
Iran is not letting out, firing more missiles and drones, hitting airports and an oil tanker, and triggering much more travel chaos. Thousands of Australians remain stranded in the region. For many, their holiday plans are now in disarray. Our chief...
People, may I tell you now, see it? Me never spread no rumor. May I tell the people them say, it is not advisable to travel now. It is not advisable. Not advisable. And you, Mr. Prime Minister, Holness, don't go on like say you want shelter no Israeli down here. Because Jamaica have no way to take no bombing. Jamaica have nowhere to take no bombing. So you can go on like say you want itch up in America backyard. Go and itch up in America backyard. Here, you and your Holness. Go and itch up in America backyard and jeopardize the safety of Jamaican people. You Prime Minister, I hope say you hear what go on. Stop itch up in a chump backyard. Stop skating fence. Stop look over America fence. And send home the Israeli them were in the country. Send them at them yard. Same way you can pack up the little Asian them and send them home all the while. Tell the Israeli them for go on at them yard. Same way you can tell the Cuban people them say for go on at them yard in the 80s. Tell the Israeli them where they are Jamaica now. So we now have no hiding place for no now. Go on the yard. We no want Iran. We no want Iran come bomb with.
Reporter Chris Reason is live in Tel Aviv and begins our comprehensive coverage.
Determined to avenge the death of its leader, Iran fires back. In Beit Shemesh, Israel, a school, synagogue, homes, and a bomb shelter flattened. It's where dozens sought shelter but became a target.
We had children inside this building, young children.
9 killed, 27 injured, and Iran's fierce retaliation kept coming.
All them old grumpy man is just launch them bomb. Them old man chump them and the whole of them, Benjamin Netanyahu and the whole of them. Yes, that's all on the do. It's just go around and bomb place and kill off pure picnic and old people. That's all on the do. That's all on the do.
Waves of missiles targeting Jerusalem. Israel is Iran's main target, but it's firing beyond in a fierce counterattack, striking a US airbase in Kuwait, killing 3 American soldiers, another in northern Iraq. In the UAE,
We've just been hit by a drone. It stinks of oil in here. I didn't even finish my cup of tea.
3 more civilian deaths. Oman also targeted. Its commercial port and an oil tanker off its coast hit. Last week, the Omanis had been brokering a peace deal for Iran.
Defending ourselves, and we have every right, every legitimate right
to defend ourselves. What the United States is doing is an act of aggression.
On state TV showing off their arsenal of drones and rocket launchers, an underground tunnel adorned by flags and images of the late Supreme Leader. This Iranian missile fired into Tel Aviv, tore through an apartment block, blowing it to pieces with families inside.
Hello?
One woman was killed here, but dozens survived.
But we're kind of happy for this shit in Iran that happened.
You're happy, even though this is the result.
This is the price that we need to pay, but of the future seems to be much more scary, you know.
The key question now, as the death toll and the devastation mount, is how much longer can this conflict continue? Whether it's days, weeks, or longer, it might not be an issue of political support, but munitions supplies. Both sides only have a finite number of missiles, likely only enough for 4 weeks of war. It follows this, one of America and Israel's first strikes of the conflict, bombing Iran's military headquarters, a move that has ignited deep divisions within that country. Many are celebrating Ayatollah Ali Khamenei's death, hoping it triggers a regime collapse, but others mourn the loss of their supreme leader. Thousands defiantly protest the attacks, chanting "Death to America." In Iraq, Iranian sympathizers stormed Baghdad's green zone to be met by police. In Pakistan, rioters attacked the US consulate, breaching the outer wall. Security guards opening fire, 22 people were killed. Iran's remaining leaders meeting overnight to elect not one leader, but 3 temporary ones. The president, chief justice, and a senior cleric sharing power until an assembly of experts meets to elect a new supreme leader, similar to a papal conclave at the Vatican. The new chosen Ayatollah must be a man and must be a cleric. And in that power vacuum, Iran concedes it no longer has complete control of its military.
Our military units are now, in fact, independent and somehow isolated.
That power struggle, as America and Israel continue to unload. Tehran's skyline filled with smoke. Iranian fighter jets targeted before they even get off the ground. The US says it struck 9 Iranian Navy ships and killed 48 senior Iranian officials.
The entire military command is gone as well, and many of them want to surrender into saving their lives. They want immunity.
Israeli Prime Minister Netanyahu not afraid, standing exposed on a rooftop in Tel Aviv. This combination of forces enables us to do what I've long hoped to do for 40 years, he said, to strike the terror regime decisively. 2 days in, there's no sign of Iranian collapse in a region rendered unpredictable, volatile, and divided.
That report from 7 News in Australia. And overnight as well, the scale of the war grew, as you heard in that report, but also that the US State Department, obviously, they know something that we don't know. They are usually very, very well informed with their intelligence gathering network. And the US issued last night a demand urging all Americans living in 14 countries in the Middle East to leave now. When America says to its citizens, yes, leave a place, it means that they have intelligence, that those places are very unsafe for Americans. Yeah? And the countries that it is urging Americans to leave and to leave immediately: Bahrain, Egypt, Iran, Iraq, Israel, Jordan, Kuwait, Lebanon, Oman, Qatar, Saudi Arabia, Syria, the UAE, that's the United Arab Emirates, and Yemen. Yeah? So that is a signal that things could get worse. And then last night, last clip I'm going to leave you with, the U.S. Secretary of State, Marco Rubio, making news overnight because of what he said. Yes? And I want you to listen carefully. Yeah, he says Iran was a threat to America because the Department of War was sure that Iran, after being attacked, would attack.
A lie from
So,
the pit of hell.
by
Lie.
deduction,
Lie.
Iran was not an imminent threat.
Lie.
But they took
American
preemptive
lie.
action because
Lie.
they knew that after it was attacked by whomever, Israel or them, they would have counterattacked.
Lie.
Listen to what the U.S. Secretary of State said.
Lie.
Does Congress have to weigh in? Is the president and was there an imminent threat? Did you tell Congress
there absolutely was an imminent threat, and the imminent threat was that we knew that if Iran was attacked, and we believed they would be attacked, that they would immediately come after us. And we were not going to sit there and absorb a blow before we responded, because the Department of War assessed that if we did that, if we waited for them to hit us first after they were attacked, and by someone else, Israel attacked them, they hit us first, and we waited for them to hit us, we would suffer more casualties and more deaths. We went proactively in a defensive way to prevent them from inflicting higher damage. Had we not done so, there would have been hearings on Capitol Hill about how we knew that this was going to happen, and we didn't act preemptively to prevent more casualties and more loss of life.
Do you get that logic?
Lie. Lie from the pit of
You
hell.
get that logic?
Lie from
So,
the pit of hell.
when they are attacked, they would counterattack.
Lie.
And that is why we took preemptive action
Cliff
and
knows.
attacked them first.
It is a lie, Cliff.
What logic is that?
It's a lie, Cliff, from the pit of hell.
You get it?
It's a lie.
So we knew that when the Iranians were attacked, they would attack. But if you come and you lick me, you know, lick you back.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't understand that logic.
True.
Anyway, time for the break.
Yeah, but people, I am telling you that don't make the American people them trick on you. The American economy is built on war. America don't make no money unless them go around and push war. Because as I was telling you earlier, there is a company by the name of Halliburton. I don't know if I can get some form of features on Halliburton, but I'm going to try getting a feature on Halliburton. Halliburton. It is a company that everything where war is concerned, dear Halliburton is the go-to head where war is concerned in America. Halliburton. Halliburton is the place where everything in America anytime you hear about Halliburton, you know say a war thing that even the clothes where the American soldier wear, it is designed by Halliburton. Yeah. I don't know if I can pick up something. Halliburton. Halliburton Company. Halliburton. 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 Company. USA.
The history of Halliburton is a list of disasters. It started in the dangerous oil fields of Oklahoma and spread across the globe. This company follows and catastrophe. Look at the evidence. In Vietnam, they profited from the escalation of war. In Iraq, they held massive contracts while soldiers were electrocuted by their shoddy electrical work. The history of Halliburton is a list of disasters.
People, when I come to I make sure facts. So when me are telling about this company here, Halliburton, you see, in the USA, war can only guarantee when there's a change of president. Every change of president, them have to bring forth a war. Because if Halliburton no make no money, them cannot, the president, them can't stay in a office. So people, I want to listen this documentary carefully. I want to know, say American president always have to bring war to other country for America to survive. Listen, please, listen.
The history of Halliburton is a list of disasters. It started in the dangerous oil fields of Oklahoma and spread across the globe. This company follows war and catastrophe.
Listen, people.
Look at the evidence.
Please, listen.
In Vietnam, they profited from the escalation of war.
Yeah.
In Iraq, they held massive contracts while soldiers were electrocuted by their shoddy electrical work.
Yeah.
In the Gulf of Mexico, their failure at Deepwater Horizon entombed 11 men underwater. They survive every scandal. They keep making money. Halliburton thrives exactly where others die. How did the Iron Man build an empire on dead bodies? The origins of the Halliburton Empire are forged in the high-risk, high body count environment of the early American oil boom. The Wild West of the 1910s was not fought with six-shooters, but with steam drills and nitroglycerin. It was a world where wildcatters descended on dusty towns in Texas and Oklahoma, erecting wooden derricks that frequently exploded.
People, I want to listen to this, carefully, Listen carefully. You say Halliburton, them control everything about war. Halliburton is the machine of America. Of America. You see, this is the company that keep America flowing. If there are no war in the world, America drop on them face. Halliburton is the company that keep America floating. So if there is no war, the American economy stumble. So anywhere oil there, you say anywhere oil there, as long as oil is involved. You see, same way like how them go down Venezuela, Halliburton was involved there. And now every country will have them oil. You see, if Jamaica ever find oil, Halliburton are going to aim to come at Jamaica. And at them time, they not going to see people dead. At them time, they don't make oil ever find in a Jamaica. Make oil ever find in a Jamaica. And at them time they no see people dead in a Jamaica. Listen, 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 please.
Crushing off necks working beneath them, or incinerating them in geysers of burning oil. Into this landscape of mud and danger stepped Earl Palmer Halliburton, a man who would become the Iron Man of the oil patch, and whose own life would be defined by a relentless drive that ultimately led to a premature and violent end. Born in 1892 on a poor farm in Tennessee, Earl Halliburton was a man intimately acquainted with the fragility of life. His father died when Earl was just 12 years old, leaving the family destitute. This early brush with mortality and poverty instilled in Early a ferocious, almost desperate work ethic. He left home as a teenager, drifting through the brutal labor markets of the early 20th century. He worked on ships, he worked on railroads, and eventually in 1916 he found his way to the oil fields of California. It was there, working for the Perkins Oil Well Cementing Company, that Earl saw the killer in the industry. Oil wells in the early days were notoriously unstable. As drillers punched into high-pressure reservoirs, water would often seep in, ruining the well, or worse, the pressurized gas would blow the drilling tools out of the hole, a blowout. These blowouts were catastrophic. They killed men instantly, decapitating them with flying steel or burning them alive. Early Halliburton had an idea. He believed that by mixing cement and pumping it down the well around the casing, he could seal the well, preventing water intrusion and, crucially, stopping the blowouts. It was a technology designed to tame the violence of the earth, but Earl was arrogant, abrasive, and difficult. He was fired by Perkins in 1919. He moved to Burkburnett, Texas, the heart of a new oil boom, with nothing but a wagon, a team of mules, and a borrowed pump. He founded the New Method Oil Well Cementing Company. The early years were a physical war. Earl and his wife, Vida, lived in a tent on the oil fields. Vida washed the cement-caked clothes of the crew by hand. Early worked 20-hour days, physically fighting with drillers who didn't believe in his new method. He was a brawler. He carried a gun. He operated in a lawless environment where disputes were settled with fists. But his method worked. In 1920, a massive wildcat well, the Skelly number 1, threatened to blow out. It was a widowmaker well. Earl Halliburton stepped in, pumped his cement, and killed the pressure. The well was tamed. The legend of Halliburton was born. By the mid-1920s, the new method had become the Halliburton Oil Well Cementing Company, HALCO. Earl patented his jet mixer, a device that could mix cement fast enough to keep up with the pumps. He built a fleet of trucks. He became a millionaire. However, the wealth was built on a foundation of extreme hazard. The men who worked for Halliburton, the cementers, had one of the most dangerous jobs in America. They worked with high-pressure pumps, toxic chemicals, and heavy machinery on slippery, oil-soaked rig floors. Accidents were common, fingers were lost, bones were broken, and men died. Earl Halliburton viewed these casualties with the cold detachment of a general. He paid his men well, but he demanded absolute military-style obedience. He was a union buster who crushed any attempt by his workers to organize for safer conditions. He believed that safety was a personal responsibility, not a corporate one. As the company grew in the 1930s and 40s, Earle became an industrial titan. He bought planes to fly between rivers. He expanded into South America and the Middle East, but his personal life was marked by the paranoia of the nouveau riche. He built a fortress-like home in Los Angeles, complete with secret passages. He trusted no one but his family.
But Earl P. Halliburton, the founder, did not live to see the future transformation of his company. By 1957, at just 65 years old, the Iron Man was failing. He died in Los Angeles from respiratory complications, leaving behind a family unprepared to wield the power he had created. His death marked the end of the heroic era of wildcatting. The Halliburton family retreated into the background, leaving a power vacuum that would soon be filled not by oilmen, but by political fixers. The stage was set for a dark evolution, profiting from war and torture.
Yes,
The death of the
people.
founder, Earl P.
Listen
Halliburton,
now.
in 1957, marked
Listen
the end
now.
of the company's era of heroic industrialism. The iron-willed wildcatter who had personally fought blowouts on the rig floor was gone, leaving behind a power vacuum that would be filled not by oilmen, but by political fixers.
Yes.
The Halliburton family heirs, Earl Jr., and his siblings, retreated into the background, content to cash their dividend checks while professional managers steered the company toward a new, darker source of revenue. In 1962, 5 years after Early's death, the corporation executed a merger that would fundamentally alter its DNA, transforming it from an oil services firm into a paramilitary construction giant.
Yes.
Halliburton
People.
acquired Brown and Root.
Listen now.
Brown and Root was a Texas construction
Listen
firm
now.
with a reputation that was less about engineering and more about
People, me
patronage,
come here for teach you now.
run by the brothers Herman
Teach you now.
and
Listen.
George Brown. The
Listen.
company had served for decades as the primary financial engine for the political career of Lyndon Baines Johnson, LBJ. The relationship was symbiotic and corrupt. The Browns funded LBJ's rise from congressman to senator to vice president, and in return, LBJ steered massive federal contracts, dams, highways, and naval bases to Brown and Root. It was a patronage machine operating in plain sight, a precursor to the modern military-industrial complex. When LBJ ascended to the presidency in 1963, following the assassination of John F. Kennedy, Halliburton, via its new Brown and Root subsidiary, effectively became the private construction arm of the White House.
You see?
LBJ had a war to fight. As the United States escalated its involvement in Vietnam in 1964 and 1965,
people, I want to listen me, you know. Me come here for teach you now. Me come here for teach you now. I want to listen. Halliburton. So when you see Trump just start up the war, and not because him just want to do it, him have to do it. Because when America can't find no money for run its economy, them have to always start war, especially with people who have high, because it is a company where run the White House. Halliburton and them run the White House. Halliburton run the White House. If you're going at the White House and you're not dealing with war, you have to come out. You have to come out.
The Pentagon faced a logistical crisis. They needed to build a massive infrastructure, deep water ports, jet-capable airstrips, barracks, and prisons in a dense, hostile jungle thousands of miles from home. The Navy's construction battalions were overwhelmed. LBJ turned to his old friends. In 1965, Brown and Root was named the lead partner in a consortium known as REMK-BRJ, nicknamed the Vietnam Builders. They were granted a virtual monopoly on military construction in South Vietnam. The contract was a masterpiece of war profiteering. It was a cost-plus arrangement. This meant that the government reimbursed Halliburton for all its expenses, labor, materials, transport, and then paid a guaranteed profit percentage on top of those costs. Under this perverse system, there was zero incentive to be efficient. In fact, the more money the company wasted, the more profit it made. If a generator cost $1,000, they made a percentage. If they paid $10,000 for the same generator, they made 10 times the profit. Waste was not a flaw, it was the business model. The scale of the operation was biblical. By 1967, Halliburton employed over 50,000 in Vietnam, a mix of American managers, South Korean laborers, and local Vietnamese. They poured millions of tons of concrete, dredged harbors, and built air bases like Tan Son Nhut and Da Nang. But the cost of the cost plus contract was not just financial, it was human. The construction sites were dangerous, chaotic zones. American civilian contractors worked alongside soldiers, often under mortar fire. The accident rate was horrific. Men were crushed by earth movers in the mud, electrocuted by hastily wired generators, or killed by tropical diseases. The company treated these casualties as line items. The bodies were shipped home, the insurance claims were filed, and the concrete kept pouring. The darkest chapter of Halliburton's Vietnam legacy involved the construction of the Con Son Island prison. The South Vietnamese government used Con Son to hold political prisoners and Viet Cong suspects. It was a torture center. In 1970, a U.S. congressional delegation discovered the existence of the tiger cages. These were brutal stone pits with iron grates on top where prisoners were kept in subhuman conditions. Guards would beat them with sticks from above and pour lime and water down on them, burning their skin and eyes. Investigations revealed that Brown and Root contractors had built the infrastructure that facilitated this torture. They had constructed the new cells, the interrogation rooms, and the isolation blocks. The company argued they were simply following orders to build detention facilities. But the moral stain was indelible. When the tiger cages were exposed, it sparked global outrage. The Halliburton name, through Brown and Root, became a symbol of American complicity in war crimes. Anti-war protesters in the United States began to target the company. They branded it Burn and Loot. They marched outside the headquarters, carrying signs that read, Halliburton kills. But inside the boardroom, the mood was jubilant. The Vietnam War had generated billions of dollars in revenue. The company had proven that war was recession-proof. Even as the U.S. military lost the war on the ground, Halliburton won the contract on the balance sheet. As the last helicopters lifted off the roof of the U.S. Embassy in Saigon in 1975, Halliburton retreated, flush with cash but stained with a permanent moral rot. They had learned a dangerous lesson that would guide them for the next 30 years. The Pentagon relies on private contractors, and in the fog of war, accountability is the first casualty. As the smoke cleared battlefields of Vietnam in the mid-1970s, Halliburton pivoted back to its foundational business, oil. The geopolitical chaos of the era, specifically the Iranian Revolution and the subsequent energy crises, created a gold rush in the American oil patch. For a few heady years, the company could do no wrong. The price of oil skyrocketed, and with it, the demand for Halliburton's cementing and drilling services. The company expanded aggressively, hiring thousands of new roughnecks, building sprawling campuses in Houston and Duncan, Oklahoma, and generating wealth that flowed back to the Halliburton family heirs, Earl Jr., and his sisters, who lived lives of quiet, detached luxury, insulated from the grime of the rigs. But the curse of the industry is its volatility, a boom and bust cycle that treats human workers as disposable ballast. In 1982, the bottom fell out. The oil bust was a catastrophic economic collapse that devastated Texas and Oklahoma. Oil prices plunged and drilling stopped overnight.
A long time them off Iran, long time.
A brutal exercise in corporate survival.
Long time them off
to protect
Iran,
the dividends of the shareholders and the family heirs. The management executed one of the largest mass firings in American industrial history. Between 1982 and 1986, Halliburton laid off nearly 70,000 employees. This was not just a downsizing, it was a social massacre. Entire towns in the oil patch were hollowed out. Men who had given their bodies to the company were discarded without severance, their pensions vaporized, their homes foreclosed. The suicide rate in the oil producing states spiked. This was economic violence, a different kind of body count than the one in Vietnam, but one that left deep, lasting scars on the American working class. In this
Share
atmosphere
it,
of
share it, share it, share it,
the safety
share
culture
it,
of the
share it,
entire
share it,
oil
share it,
services industry
share it,
began to erode.
subscribe,
To
subscribe,
survive the
subscribe,
lean years, companies cut
share it,
maintenance
share it,
budgets,
share it.
extended shifts, and ignored warning signs. This culture of negligence set the stage for a series of industrial disasters that would haunt the sector. While Occidental Petroleum bore the primary responsibility for the Piper Alpha disaster in the North Sea in 1988, where 167 men died, Halliburton was deeply embedded in the same lethal ecosystem. Halliburton was a key contractor on the rig, providing pumping and cementing services. The disaster was a grim reminder that the oil field was an unforgiving environment where a single cut corner could lead to a holocaust. For the Halliburton heirs watching from afar, Piper Alpha was a business interruption. For the families of the dead, it was proof that the industry viewed their lives as the cost of doing business. As the 1980s dragged on, Halliburton struggled to regain its footing. It was a wounded giant, bloated with debt and lacking a strategic vision. The professional man.
People, people, I am going to make you learn something about Halliburton more in depth. I am going to make you know about Halliburton a little more because I am teaching this moment. Yeah, man. It's a teachable moment. Teachable, teachable, teachable moment. Teachable moment.
KBI. I want to thank Lucid, Tom, David for calling this to my attention. Now, it's bad enough right now. Cheney is holding our troops for ransom in order to get more government money. You know, have the Federal Reserve print up some more cash to further kill our economy. But to find out that our American soldiers are being fucking sabotaged by this own government. And
This is a soldier speaking, you know.
To capitalize on
this is a soldier speaking.
Is outrageous.
See here.
Everyone should be freaking outraged by this.
Is a soldier that's speaking about Halliburton. See there. A soldier.
Viruses and bugs
Speaking about Halliburton.
And no one cares. Their goal is to make money, and it doesn't matter who dies or gets sick or their life is ruined because of it. Okay, they want to push this war into Iran. They want World War III. The New World Order, however you want to look at that problem, it calls for a massive depopulation of us, the working class, anyone who's not the elite, you have to be born with a silver spoon, it's platinum, I guess. But we need to stand up. We must demand change. I don't know what else to say. I'm kind of speechless. I'm outraged.
People, is a soldier this.
What I just saw.
This is a soldier talk about Halliburton.
I just can't
believe the treatment of Halliburton.
Ian Dolan, Angela Stevens, Kirk Hampson. My name is Jay Patterson, and I'm proud to work for Halliburton.
My name's Ben Carter, and within the first week of being in Iraq, I knew that wasn't going to be the company that I wanted to be with. Halliburton was hired to provide clean, safe, cleaning shower water for the military. One of Halliburton's employees saw something wiggling in the water in his toilet bowl.
People, I just want to understand about Halliburton.
There was no
Halliburton is a company where
water we showered in every single day.
Push war.
Extremely
if the president in America push war,
malaria,
them have left out of the White House. So
cryptosporidium.
So
I mean, the list is really, really long.
So this bona fide, in closing, may I make you understand, say, you see that movie where Trump do? It's like a chess game. Trump make a move where right now, Halliburton are going to consider to finance Trump for our next term. Them are going to see Trump viable to be the president for our next term. So don't surprise if you don't see Trump be. You see like how if Trump kill the Ayatollah, You see like how if Trump kill the Ayatollah, Trump are going to be the most famous president. Because it's over 40 years now, you know. It's over 40 years. The White House have a problem with Iran, you know. Because the White House definitely is pushed by Halliburton. Halliburton company run the White House. And the main thing is to try to take over the oil where in Iran. The amount of oil where they in Iran, it can't done, you know. The amount of oil where they in Iran, it can't done until God come. All when God come, oil still in Iran. So from America can put them on. America will do anything for put them on the oil in Iran. Anything at all. So the people of the world have to understand, so right now, Trump is a very famous man. Trump is very famous when it comes on to presidents of America now, because this Trump get rid of the Ayatollah. Yeah. Undisputedly, Trump is the biggest president of all. Yes. Una can't go around that. Trump is the biggest president ever in American history right now, because Trump get rid of the Ayatollah. Yeah, man.